Hey guys, welcome to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe, and here we have a bit of Call of Duty World at War on the Wii, something I've been trying to record for a long time. My crappy capture device that I won't labour how shit it actually was couldn't record on the Wii for some reason. It would record the PS3 okay, but it wouldn't record on the Wii. I don't know why. Anyway, here we go. I think it was pretty good for a Wii game, to be honest. There's a lot. This is a guy called Blind who I get there. It's the only time I see him the whole match. Now I think he's the one who's hacking because this is a hacked lobby. In the previous round we were on upheaval and I was coming around the corner and someone appeared to be directing an artillery strike. But when I got round the corner, the penny hadn't dropped that I was in a hacked lobby back at this time, so I'd only just joined. But he was able to basically rapid fire an infinite amount of rockets. So I thought, oh, it won't be the first time I've been on it and one person has been able to cheat without the rest of us being affected. Now in this one we have infinite ammo and the penny hasn't dropped yet for me that I have infinite ammo, so I'm carefully going around with my Springfield. This being one of only two maps that I would use a sniper rifle on in this game, the other one being Cliffside. The rest of the maps off the top of my head, what is it? Upheaval, Courtyard springs to mind, Asylum. I think I'm missing one there. They'll come to mind anyway. But those maps I wouldn't normally bother with a sniper rifle. There's not really enough areas where you can use one effectively, in my opinion, to warrant using it. I'd normally just run and gun with my Type 100. Oh, Dome's another one. I would normally just run and gun with the Type 100, to be honest. Well, I do like I say, this and Cliffside are the two maps I would bother with a sniper rifle on. So I'm being careful at the moment because I didn't know I had unlimited ammunition, and also I didn't even need to bother reloading. It turns out, because if you look at my grenade counter, it automatically tops itself back up to 1, which I didn't know. And if you look at my bullet count, it's using 1 and filling up straight away. But I didn't realise that at first, and I'm trying to shake the remote, the nunchucky thing, like mad to reload my gun, and it's not doing it. And this is where I finally think, oh, hang on a minute, I'm in a hack lobby, so now I'm just sitting, fire off a few shots and then get shot in the back for my troubles. It was about 1:30 in the morning when I recorded this, and I was fairly inebriated, so that's why A, my aim is quite bad, and B, I do, certainly towards the end, I do a lot of prattling around because I'm beginning to get annoyed with that guy Blind, who I'm pretty sure was hiding at the other end of the map. And there's a couple of places he could have been hiding. Now normally there's a rooftop at the very far end that certainly on the Wii version was popular with idiots and annoying people in general to get up inside there and hide in the roof. But they weren't impossible to kill, and quite often they had to poke their head out to, well, there's my poop grenade, got someone, they had to poke their head out. This building here right in front of me, that's where in the roofing there was very popular with hackers. Now they either had to poke their head out the actual thatched roof bit to aim, or had to hang off the back. So I was quite used to dealing with people in there, which is why, and you'll see why I don't think he's in there ultimately. Now that building, oh, I don't know if I show it very well here. The building right in front of me now with a like balcony that's behind me now, I used to be in a clan on this game on the Wii. This was my only multiplayer game at one point. I actually started on the Wii multiplayer gaming with Medal of Honor Heroes 2. That building right in front of me there. Now you can get into that balcony if you know how. When we're not cheating, just glitching your way in there, and you're invincible, impregnable, whatever. You can't be shot if you're inside there. So that's where I think he was actually hiding, personally. But then again, he has hacked it. I have seen, what's the, oh, Hangar to the level I was thinking of. Hangar, I've been on there before now where a guy was able to just float wherever he wanted on there. So maybe this guy Blind had done that. I don't know. He's over there somewhere because he's just sniped me now. I think it is. He just sniped me somewhere with a headshot with a sniper rifle. So I'm not sure quite where he's hiding. But I never found him. I did try. I did, unfortunately. If I had an artillery strike, I'd have definitely brought it down on that end of the world. Anyway, yeah, I started playing multiplayer games, full stop, on Medal of Honor Heroes 2 on the Wii, which, despite its fairly simple mechanics, if you will, there was only a very small number of maps. There was a village one, There was one in a town centre that no one ever played for some reason. I didn't think it was that bad. There was one in some sort of sewer, downstairs basement full of pipes and stuff that was not particularly enjoyable for my money. There was a monastery one, which was probably the most popular one, that and the village one, which was just a big field and two sets of guys out there. The port one was quite good. That was quite a good map actually. But it was simple in terms of, there was only, from what I remember, one automatic rifle for each side, one sniper rifle, one bolt action rifle. There was only one shotgun between both sides. It was quite a good shot here from me. I seem to remember. As King Kuma would say, drag shot. Yeah, and one, I think there was a BAR for one side. I forget what the other one was. It was quite simple, you know. The actual mechanics were quite simple, but, and there was only, I mean, the maps, that village map was very simple. There was what, 4 buildings, but you did have the luxury of 32 players. You know, 16 aside on the Wii. It was fantastic. I do hope Electronic Arts and whoever's in charge of Medal of Honor on the Wii brings something back like that. I thought it was awesome personally, and this, for me, took me a lot of time to get into before I enjoyed it, because this is very dark compared with Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor is, I won't quite say cartoony, but it's very bright and it's very easy to see people. In this, certainly this was the Makin Island was the first map I played as well on this game, and it took me a long time before I could pick people out very easily on this game. I was constantly, my aim's appalling there. It took me a long time before I could pick people out on the background. It certainly took me a very, very long time before I could pick people out who were sat doing nothing and just camping. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy it though. And there's another temple-based mapping on this as well, I seem to remember, like a Chinese temple. That was quite good. That's a bit of a side note there. So this was one of my first games. Like I say, Medal of Honor was the first one. But I really got stuck into online gaming playing this one, because I found connecting to Medal of Honor a pain in the backside. It usually took me anything between 10 and 15 attempts to get online before I actually got into a server. Oh, there was one in like some caves as well, like an underground armament factory that was quite good, but that wasn't very popular either on Medal of Honor. I do think if you've got a Wii and you're interested in online gaming, I don't think you'll find many open games, but it is worth, if you can get it for a £5, definitely worth a punt. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be as fun now as it was back in the day, but it was very fun. This one though eclipsed it slightly for me, because there was more variety, I suppose. There was more guns to pick from. The maps were bigger, even though they weren't as graphically detailed as their bigger console counterparts or the PC versions. They were bigger, and Cliffside's a fantastic map, despite the fact there was a very famous and annoying Wii hack to get under the map, which people very often took full advantage of and sat under the map and shot you, which meant you were restricted to certain areas of the map, namely kind of around the toilet bowl, waterfall area, and then the other far end of the map was about the only places you could go without being shot constantly. But yeah, I like the fact you can choose between all the different perks and stuff, which are things I kind of criticise Modern Warfare for now, because I think they've milked it to the nth degree where they don't really show a lot of imagination in my mind. I don't think they try and push the envelope in any way. I'm not saying other games do either. I mean, to be honest, as much as I love Killzone, they don't particularly knock the tripe out to reimagine shooters, if you will. I do love this gun. Fairly crap normally, but with infinite ammo, it's quite good fun taking these dogs down. Well, a lot of people seem to forget that when the dogs are attacking, all you've got to do is go. If you're on this map in particular, I'm trying to think of any other maps it applies to. On this map anyway, you can run into the sea and the dogs don't get you. So I've never. This is when I started getting really annoyed. So I finally, after what 9 minutes, finally decided to change to my shotgun and go after this guy. I didn't think to look at that building to my left, where I think looking back he was actually hiding. I was deterred. For some reason I was pretty convinced he was in this end building, which is why you'll see me pat around now, basically shooting the roof for the next minute or so. I mean, I don't do particularly bad, considering I wasn't actually paying attention or even trying that much, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's dogs out here and I'm not even hiding in the water. But that blind character is around here somewhere, because he just grenaded someone. What works for me on this game, because I've only got about a minute left, what works for me is I like the variety of weapons, which that guy had a proper jump on me there and he still managed to not kill me. I like the variety of weapons. The maps are varied, shall we say. There's a lot of different places and types of terrain to go through, unlike Medal of Honor, which the maps were fairly simplistic. There wasn't, you know, buildings or anything to hide in or anything like that. And obviously the perks, which for me at the time were good because I wasn't used to playing any games with perks, you know, bandolier and stopping power and the what's it called, the kill streak rewards. You know, Medal of Honor didn't have any of those, so the kill streaks were quite novel. What didn't work for me, and the biggest failing for my money, was the number of players. 8 players in a match. 8 players in free-for-all is not bad, because the maps aren't fantastically detailed, but more complicated than Medal of Honor. It is just about doable with 8 players. You can pretty much run around, certainly maps like Courtyard, which are a bit smaller, you can run around there and not run out of people to shoot. Now when you're playing team deathmatch or hardcore team deathmatch, 4 aside is a bit wank, to be honest. It can be quite boring. Certainly if you're up against a team where a couple of guys like to hide or camp or patrol one area, you can spend a long time running around trying to find anyone. Now maps like Dome are all pretty good on team deathmatch because they're very small. You don't have to run that far to find people, but the biggest Achilles heel and the only thing that stops me recommending World at War on the Wii, well, not recommending, but would make me tell someone about, is the number of players. I don't think there's enough, and I will forever think and will never be dissuaded from thinking that this peer-to-peer connection crap that Activision uses is appalling. I'm sorry, I don't know what, I'm pretty sure World at War on, Medal of Honor didn't do it. No other games do it, and I don't know why they persist on doing it when it is the, you know, persistent cause of a lot of anger. You know, crappy connections, and it's unfair this. But anyway, guys, there's my sort of quick rant, review, rave about World at War on the Wii. Something I spent a long time playing because it was the only game I had. So I haven't got many bad things to say about it, but overall I think it was a fantastic game. And if you get a chance to play it, I think you should. Certainly if you can get it for a few pounds, dollars, pesos, euros, whatever, you should give it a go. But anyway guys, thanks for listening, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Take it easy. Bye.